Hello everyone, welcome to our Bellevue College enrollment video. We will go over some important steps you will need to take to enroll in your classes at Bellevue College as an international F1 student. We will be covering how to enroll, key terms to know, helpful course suggestions, and payment deadlines. If you are an intensive English or bridge student, please note that this video is not directly relevant to you right now. Our team will reach out separately to help you with your class enrollment. We know everyone watching this video is at a different point in the process. We recommend that you have already created your Bellevue College Net ID and CTC Link student accounts. If you have not done that yet, please complete this step so you can follow along with the rest of the video. Step 1, meet with your international advisor. It's really important to connect with your international advisor either online or in person. You can easily schedule an appointment through our online system on our website, Bellevue College International Education, under the Current Student tab. Your international advisor will help guide you on your academic path, as well as assist you in maintaining your F1 student status while in the United States. Step 2, complete your placement testing. You will need to complete the 2 required placement tests. The first test is your English placement. If you have already submitted a TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo score, you might be exempt from the English placement test. Check your acceptance email to confirm if you have received placement into English 93 or English 101 as examples. If not, you will need to request guided self-placement for English. This test is generally completed online in 1 to 2 hours. You will also need to take your math placement. Everyone needs to complete the ALEX math placement test. This will determine which math courses you will begin in or qualify to take initially as a Bellevue College student. Make sure to complete both of these placement tests early so you can enroll in your classes on time. Certain classes like English, chemistry, biology, computer science, math, and more may require these placement tests be completed before you can enroll in these classes. You can take the tests before you arrive in the United States or after you arrive, but we do recommend doing them as early as possible. Step 3, planning your classes. As an F1 student, you will need to enroll in at least 12 credits per quarter, with at least 7 of those 12 credits being in-person or hybrid classes. Most classes at Bellevue College are 5 credits, meaning most of our students take a minimum of 3 classes, with at least 2 being in-person or hybrid classes. When you are planning your schedule, please make sure to follow the course guide for your degree program, which our advisor will show you later. Most students do generally take 3 or 4 classes during their first quarter. One class you must take is HD 103, which is a foundational class for new F1 students, and it covers important topics like your F1 student status, adapting to life in the United States, and resources available to you as a student. Planning ahead will give you more flexibility and help ensure you meet all academic requirements. If you need help with this process or have any questions, please contact your international advisor, which is step 1, for assistance. And then step 4 is enroll in classes. One of our amazing international advisors will now walk you through the enrollment process in more detail.
Hi, everybody. I am going to walk you through how to use CTC Link to enroll in classes. From the Bellevue College website, bellevuecollege.edu, we will go over to information for current students. And then under the picture, CTC Link. We have our CTC Link login. And you'll put in your CTC Link login. This is in your acceptance email. And then your password that you created. And there is multi-factor authentication. So make sure that is set up. And then you come to your CTC Link dashboard. On your dashboard, you can see the general information, academics, and financial tab. On the left, you have your blue navigator. And so this is the way we add classes. As mentioned, you need to have your math and English placement to take certain classes. So we will review that. So I go to class information, class search, and I will change the term to the upcoming quarter, which is summer 2025. One class that you must take is HD 103. So because I have that exact class, I can type HD and then in the catalog number 103 and search. This class has HA, which means hybrid, which is a good section for F1 students because it meets on campus. Here are the days and times it meets on campus and the building. And I can view the course description. So to expand, you just click on it. I can enroll in this class from the 3 dots and choose enroll, or down here in the blue button. You will always get a permission code box pop up. And you'll notice that I cannot enroll because I do not have the code to enroll. But you will be able to leave this blank and press save. Mine says an error, okay, because the seats are reserved. And this is for you as a new student. So you should have no problem adding this class. Okay, so let me show you some classes that I can enroll. Let's look at English 101 because that is a graduation requirement for most programs. And if you plan to go to university in the US. So English 101, you can see their H sections are hybrid. So that's a good choice. Then there's lots of O sections. This means online. As an international student, you may be able to take one online class, maximum of 5 credit, but you should try to take mostly hybrid or in person. Over here, so for this section, you can see that it's a hybrid, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11:30 to 12:20 in this building. The green open means there are 22 seats available. So you could enroll in this class. So because I know I need it, I'm still going to read about it. What's it about? The description and the enrollment requirements. This one requires either the placement test or passing an English level called a prerequisite. You should have your English level from when you applied. So you should already know your English level, or you should know if you will take the test. I believe I can enroll in this class, so we're going to try it. And so I'm going to click enroll. No permission number, permission code box, leave it blank, press save. And there we go, added to your schedule. Great. If we look at an online section, you can tell it's online because of O. And asynchronous means there are no class meetings. So it is just online through what we call Canvas. And that is something you will learn about. And you can see the O for open, it has 0 spaces. And now we have an orange W. That means there's a wait list. So this class is already full, but has a couple wait list spots. Okay, so that is something to be aware of. So I've added one class and I need a couple more. Another common class is Sociology 101 for the first quarter, and there's a hybrid available and online. So in the hybrid, I am looking and I do not see any requirement. So I can add this class. Okay. For now, I'm going to do what's called add to cart. Add to cart is your shopping cart. And maybe you want to think about it first before you select it. So I'm going to add to cart instead of enroll. So no permission number, leave it blank, press save. Add to cart. And you can see the little shopping cart symbol. Another class I might want to take, maybe I want to take a basic chemistry class. And I just want to see the topics. I don't have the number yet. So chemistry 110. What's that about? It's online. It's 6 credits. And so it has a lab. And then I can read about it here. There's no prerequisites. Okay, maybe. So I'll add it to my cart. And then I might look at psychology. What are some psychology topics that we have? So I can look at the topics, I can expand it to read about it, to find what I am interested in, and if there is any enrollment requirement or prerequisite. And so this sounds interesting, but I look at it and it has a requirement or recommended psychology 100. So I probably should follow that and take psychology 100 first. So let's do this one, hybrid. Okay, let's add to cart because I'm still thinking about it. So after you get some classes of what you are thinking about taking in the first quarter, we're looking for 2 classes in addition to the HD 103. So 3 classes total. I can come back over to my blue navigation and go to enrollment. And if I look in drop classes, I have enrolled in English 101. If I look at my shopping cart, I have chemistry, psychology, and sociology. So if I want to see my schedule, I click schedule and move it to the start of the quarter, and it shows English only because that is the only class I enrolled in so far. So I need to add some more classes. So let's go from the shopping cart. And I think psychology is a good choice. So I will click the box and then I will click enroll. And it has added to my schedule. Okay. So now I have English, psychology, and HD 103. I will have. So I've talked to my advisor, and my advisor recommended I actually save English 101 for fall quarter. Maybe summer quarter is very fast, so let's take it in fall quarter. So I'm going to swap it. I'm not going to drop it from the drop. I'm going to use the swap. When you swap a class, the system will automatically change you to the new class. This is what we recommend because then you are always guaranteed to have a class. Okay, so we go to swap classes. The class I want to change is English 101. And I have psychology or sociology in my shopping cart. So I will change it with the shopping cart. And I can choose sociology. And I choose swap and confirm. And this has been replaced. So now, if I look at drop classes, I have psychology and sociology. If I check my schedule, I have sociology and psychology. And then I will have HD 103. Okay, so this is how you can add classes or what we call enroll into classes. So you can enroll for summer and fall, or in a future quarter, winter, spring, when it's time to enroll. And then under enrollment, you can swap classes, you can check your shopping cart, And I don't have any more in the shopping cart, well, for fall, but for summer, I still have chemistry. So I'm going to remove it from my shopping cart because I decided on my classes. Then I can come down to financials, what I owe, and I can see my tuition and follow the steps to make the payment. So I can view all the charges and I can make a payment. Okay. The amount will be a different amount for you as a non-resident international student tuition. And also it changes based on how many credits you enroll. So keep that in mind. Okay. The other thing I would like to show you about enrollment is how to figure out which classes to take. So from the Bellevue College website, under Academic Programs and Pathways, Academic Catalog, Programs of Study. Bachelor's is the 4-year degree, so we are going to skip that. Most of the time, most students are transferring to a university. So for example, there are different transfer degrees for different areas. The first one, arts and sciences, is the most common. So we are going to look at this one, in addition to the online catalog, a 2-page PDF worksheet. So I will click it. And here is where I can see the areas I must complete. I must complete 10 credits of writing, and you can see English 101 is required. I must complete 5 credits of math or quantitative symbolic reasoning, which is 1 class. Most classes are 5 credit. So humanities, 15 credits. You will not take everything on this page. You will pick 3. Okay. So if I want to know what art is, what do all these numbers mean? I can go back to my class search and I can look in the quarter for art. You will notice this has art, comma, art with a symbol. The system will show you all the art classes first and then the art symbol classes second. So keep that in mind when you're searching. So now I can see Art 101 is called Modern Architecture and Design. It is online only in the summer, and it's full and has 1 spot left on the wait list. So this seems to be a popular class for summertime. So I can see the different topics and I can find something that I'm interested in. Okay. If you want to look at one more, perhaps communication studies has a bunch of numbers, a common first quarter class. So I might start typing the word communication and then select it. Again, no symbol will come first and then the symbol will show. So the numbers don't look like they're in order necessarily. So here are different topics of communication studies. For your first quarter, we recommend 100 level. So 101 could be a good choice. 102 could be a good choice. Sometimes you can talk with your advisor if it's appropriate to take a 200 level in the first quarter. And then you could go back to your swap if you wanted to change. So maybe today I add the communication 101, but then I meet with my advisor and they recommend I take 210. So I can swap the class if there is space, right? The wait list, say for example, I wanted to swap for this class and this section and it's a wait list. I can swap the class I'm changing. I'm going from the class search now because I do not have it in my shopping cart. And I saw it was number 210. This one has a wait list, so I will click swap. And now, because of the wait list, I'm going to wait list if the class is full. Check the box and confirm. So I am on the wait list. If I go back to drop classes, what this tells me is if I move up on the wait list and I get the class, then CTC Link will automatically change my psychology to communication studies 210. So I just have to wait. So again, we use swap because then I'm always guaranteed to have one class. I don't lose psychology if I can't get into communication studies. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful for you to how to add and swap classes and view your schedule, as well as what classes are under each category for when you are searching for what to take. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you to our amazing international advisor for sharing that information. We highly recommend enrolling in classes as soon as possible. This helps save your spot in the classes you want. If you're worried about your visa approval or travel issues, you can always get a full refund if you drop the classes before the first week of classes begin. Remember, enrolling now lets you secure your spot in the classes you want, and you can always make changes later if needed, either through the swap feature our advisor just showed, the drop, or a full refund. Now, in regards to paying tuition, tuition is usually paid online through your CTC Link account every quarter. A quarter is usually 3 months. You can only pay tuition for the classes you have enrolled in, and you can find the due dates on Bellevue College's academic calendar. You must pay by the tuition due date, or you will be automatically dropped from your classes. Tuition is based on the number of credits you take, so you have some flexibility to change classes without affecting the amount you've already paid. Again, you can review the swap feature our advisor went over earlier in the video. You can pay online using a credit or debit card, or you can pay by wire transfer. If you would like to pay by wire transfer, please make sure to email us ie@bellevuecollege.edu or accepted@bellevuecollege.edu to get an invoice with the bank details for the wire transfer. We do recommend paying your tuition early, as it is very important. Let me share a quick scenario with you. Imagine this: you have carefully planned your perfect class schedule and are ready to start your first quarter at Bellevue College. However, you forgot the most important thing, which is the tuition payment. Now that tuition deadline has passed and you have been dropped from your classes for non-payment. This is why we cannot stress enough how critical it is to pay your tuition in full by the due date. If you miss this deadline, your classes will be dropped and you will have to scramble to find new ones. There may not be any spots left. So again, we strongly recommend paying early to avoid the stress of last-minute issues. If you have any questions or concerns about your payment, class schedule, or really anything else, our office is always here to assist you, and we do have steps we can take if you let us know in advance that you are having issues. If you have any questions, please contact your advisor. You can see the advising link on this slide, or you can go to Bellevue College's International Education website, where under the Current Student tab in the top navigation, you will find the Advisors section. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact our team by appointment, email, phone, or WhatsApp.